Hey everyone, I wanted to record a quick video of how I was adding a weekend tip-in to my 1407 planner insert. As you can see, just looking at those dailies, I don't need that amount of space for Saturday, Sunday. So I pulled out a tag from my stash. This is from an old Teresa Collins collection. And I pulled out the last, very last of the scraps from my Planner Society kit for this month. As you can see, there's very little left. I punched a hole to add to the top of the tag. You'll see as we go through that that doesn't stay. Right now I'm looking for the word weekend. I had convinced myself that these word stickers from the Planner Society kits had the word weekend on them. They do not. So I go with currently and home and just put a little at symbol in the middle. So my little tag says currently at home, and then I make a note of the things happening this weekend. I hope the speed is okay. I sped this video up because it was very disjointed, the whole process. I was interrupted many times. The video was sort of all over the place. And I didn't think you'd want to see me ramble forever over just a little tag. So right now I'm using one of the tabs from the Planner Society kit to add to the side so that I can easily flip that around in my planner. And I'm just writing the word weekend on there. This was very much an anything that can go wrong will go wrong sort of tag. I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of things went wrong on the way through, but that's life sometimes. Right now I'm pointing out how annoyed I am by my off-center circle at the top of the tag. So I'm going to redo that. And you'll see in a few minutes that it will be off-center again. So this was a bit of a fail. That's okay, it worked out in the end. So you can see I'm, for the second time, taking off that little circle punch, which is unfortunate. Those were the last scraps of one of my favorite papers from the Planner Society kit. So, oh well. So washi tape to the rescue, because washi tape fixes everything. And I think now I'm just trying to sort out how I might use those teeny strips of paper to add a little bit of interest to the tag. And I decided to add them to the back. And again, things go wrong here as well. Just one of those days. So I ended up just flipping them over using, the green to the pink to the green, that sort of thing. And I had barely enough to cover the back of the tag, just enough. So you can see right here when I lift up the little tab that I have just enough to cover the tag. So then I'm, of course, looking for another paper scrap to fill in those gaps. But that's what happens when you use scraps. Things aren't perfect, measurements aren't exact, and you just use what you have. This was one of the first pauses when someone interrupted me to use my phone for FaceTime and to do a multitude of other things. So I was going to use some more of the washi tape, but I decided it was too much green on green. I wanted a little more contrast on the back of this tag. And so I found this little scrap of paper, which is actually my current phone background, and it's just a free printable from, I will link it for you. Apologies for not remembering where it's from. I want to say the Molly Makes website, but I'll make sure it's linked for you. Another pause, and then I decided to add one of the sticky notes, a little Planner Society girl, because I can never have too much of her. She's just great. And this is where fail number, 28, let's say. This is where another fail comes in because I'm done with my tag, everything's great, and I decide to add it into, oh, maybe not. I decide to add a few more stickers first. But what I'm getting at is I decide to add this tag into my insert, and then I realize that, of course, the back is upside down. Here we go. Here's the discovery. Let's flip it in a minute, and you will see what went wrong. And all the time I spent fixing that hole for the tag, see, now my girl is upside down. So, it was just one of those days where things were, I wasn't planning ahead. I wasn't thinking of the things I wanted to do. When you just start sticking things down without really analyzing what's up, sometimes this happens. So I ran away from you guys for a few minutes and grabbed a scrap of black cardstock. And this sort of helps a little bit with the multitude of patterns on the back of the tag. This makes me feel a little bit better about the business that was back there. I used the words, make today great, I believe. Make today count, sorry. Use the words make today count, mounted those on the black cardstock as well. Sorry, everything's out of frame. My desk was a mess, and so So because I snuck out a frame there, I'm dropping in a few photos so you can see how the tip-in ended up looking. And yeah, it turned out great. I'm happy with how it worked. I actually made one for next weekend as well. So here's a photo or two of that. Same thing, I just used a tag, little bits and pieces of washi tape, and just used it to fill in some space for next weekend. So I suppose the moral of the story here is that there really aren't any mistakes that you can't fix. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.